All right, it's 5 o'clock. I'm going to call our meeting to order. I'd like to welcome everyone here, and we'll go ahead and get started. We have a quorum present, and the invitation of Mr. Children.
Heavenly Father, Jimmy, thank you for the day. What a great day it's been. I was thinking about all them hostages that got released over yonder. We just thank you so much for everything that went over to get them out of there. Thank you for that. And we ask you as a council to give us the wisdom we need to take care of the city's business. And we always want to pray for our employees, Lord. Think about the policemen that are out and about, just watch over them, and of course our firefighters. We ask for safety for them. That's my prayer in Jesus' name. Amen.
Pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. Pledge allegiance to these Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Move on into our consent agenda. Discussion and possible action on approval of the minutes of the September 4th, 2025 budget hearing, the September 4th, 2025 tax rate hearing, and the September 8th, 2025 council meeting. Move to consent. Second. Is there any discussion? We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for vote. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. Motion carries. Time now for public comments. At this time, comments will be taken from the audience on any subject matter, whether or not that item is on the agenda. All comments are limited to a maximum of 3 minutes for each speaker. If more than one person wishes to address the same subject, a spokesperson must be selected who will be recognized to represent the group. Your comments are appreciated. The Texas Open Meetings Act does not allow the council to discuss items not listed on the agenda. However, if possible, your questions may be answered with statement of policy, statement of fact, or it may be placed on a future agenda for attention by council. You also may be directed to the appropriate department head to address your questions or problems. Is there anybody like to address? Thank you. This time at public comments to address the council. All right, we're going to move right on to reports and comments. City staff.
Mayor, construction projects in the city, the wastewater treatment plant is still on schedule. Was able to take a tour of it last week, take some pictures, and everything's looking good. They're still scheduled for a completion and opening of April of next year. Dayton Street reconstruction project was awarded to Texas Materials. The pre-con was actually held today. Building official 22 permits were issued, 25 completed. We took 29 loads of green waste to the disposal area. No loads of C&D. Animal control received 63 calls, 3 intakes, 1 claim, 2 adopted, and 4 rescued. The street department continued patching streets and driveways and cleaning ditches. And the parks department continued mowing and litter removal, and the shop did its normal repairs on maintenance of city assets.
For the police department, we've got 405 contacts issued, 5 crashes reported, 26 arrests, 45 reports, 472 calls for service, 13,206 miles driven. Code enforcement had 84 investigations, 15 of those were filed with the court.
The only thing I have is Holiday in the Park. Please spread the word. Our routes are coming in very, very slow. We added a food truck road this year, and as of last time I checked, we had no food trucks. So we're really grasping this year.
All right. Fire department?
All right, last month, for the month of September, we ran 1 building fire, 1 trash fire, 1 grass fire, and 3 medical first responder calls. 1 motor vehicle accident with injuries, 1 victim or person of a house. One service call, 2 cancels en routes, 1 smoke scare, 2 false alarms, so 14 total, and 3 mutual aids. And then, you want to talk about the accident?
Yes.
Okay. Basically, not paying a whole attention to both sides of the truck. And, probably what we're gonna start doing moving forward is try to have a spotter. We do a good job, we've always done a good job of backing into the streets and stuff, that we're leaving the scenes. But we might be putting a spotter when we back into the truck here, or we drive around the back and drive through. So, I might need another remote to the gate. Cause I have one in one truck and not the other.
They probably have to move the, rifle truck back as well,
Yeah.
to be able to swing in that way. That'd probably be better anyway, really, when we come back, going through that direction.
Yeah.
Everyone on council is aware that we got no incident with fire truck, the new one.
Yeah. I notified everyone of them.
Okay, is there anything else?
No, probably Halloween, we're gonna continue to do our thing on Halloween night. You got candy, so we'll do that as well. I'm gonna notify you so you can put it out.
Do you have time?
Probably 6 to 8, 6 to 9.
Coach, man. Well, okay, is there anything from the council? Anything from the council? All right, we're gonna move on to, our next item, our regular session. Discussion and possible action on a previously tabled request submitted by Mr. Roger July to replat property located at 900 Newton Street to allow for future commercial development. Mr. July?
Thank you, honorable council members and other city officials. I sincerely thank, West Orange for his continuous efforts in supporting local development. I am pleased to present my redevelopment plan for the property located at 900 Newton Street, covering lots 1 through 5, with intent to revitalize this area into a practical and community-friendly space that adds value to the city and the residents. Proposed development plan. I am proposing to 5 lots 3, 4, and 5. These existing buildings will be renovated and repurposed into a secure, climate-controlled storage units to serve both residential and small business needs in West Orange. The plan includes upgraded fire safety systems, energy-efficient lighting, proper landscaping, and aesthetic improvements to align with the city's visual standards. And Lot 2, the neighboring portion of Lot 2 is expected to become a community church, which will enhance the spiritual and social atmosphere of the area and promote family-oriented growth. And Lot 1, this lot is under evaluation for the best use case, either single-family housing to attract new residents. I will align this decision with the city's vision and planning recommendations. Community benefits like transforming an underutilized space into a safe and attractive and functional part of the community. Job creation, generating employment through construction, maintenance, and operations, increasing property value and future tax contributions to the city. All upgrades will strictly adhere to the city codes and environmental standards. Long-term sustainability, introducing clean energy, lighting, stormwater control, and low-impact landscaping to align with green city goals. And I request city guidance and cooperation regarding the zoning or conditional use approvals and eligibility for any available grants for developments or incentives, particularly for small business revitalization or energy efficiency or community improvement projects. And coordination with the city's public and safety departments to ensure compliance and smooth execution. fully committed to executing this project in a way that aligns with West Orange growth, vision. I value transparency, collaboration, and responsible development. My team and I are eager to continue contributing to making the section of Newton Street a productive and positive asset for the community. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, appreciate your information. Does the council have any questions for Mr. Scott?
The church, the community church that you were talking about, is that entirely on lot 2?
Yeah. Yes. It's already started.
It's hard to tell looking at the plat where all the buildings and everything are. So, to me, it seems like it's all the way at the back of the property, but I'm sure there's. Yeah.
Well, the library, I think, is where you were talking about turning into the church.
I have a survey with this division. If you want, I can submit that survey.
Yeah, but it doesn't show where any of the buildings are.
Okay.
So you mentioned the vacant lot that's on the, west side of the property, the whole half of the west side. You're planning on using that for housing?
Yes, single family, like 33 acres, something that's for land. So I'm planning for single family residential.
Okay.
What type of housing are you talking about?
Individual homes?
Yeah, individual homes.
Would these rental properties, or would they be for the purpose of, building them and then people could purchase them? Would it be, owner occupied?
My plan is to do a rental property kind of thing, but I'm not in the final stage to decide whether I can sell it or rent it.
Are there any other questions?
Mayor, I would like to ask, lot 1, you're gonna eventually need to replat that lot as well, right? Sure. Okay, so have you put any thought into how many plats?
I'm working with an architect to see, how many, single homes I can accommodate on that 3-acre lot,
I would move that, we allow, this property located at 900 Newton Street to be replatted to, fulfill, what he has drawn here.
Do we have a motion and a second to, move forward with the replatting of the property at 900 Newton Street? Is there any other discussion? I guess I have one question just for clarification. You have the old library, Mark, you say is gonna be used as a church, a community church? The old library, where the old library is, it's the lot number 4.
It's not a library, but a gym.
Number 2 is
Church
the
will be
gym.
at the back.
Number 2 is takes in the gym. Well, the way I see it is if you're standing looking at the property on Newton, you have the library right in the middle, then you have the 2 wings, the old educational buildings on either side, and then back behind that you have, the cafeteria and the gym.
Yeah, the cafeteria, the gym portion, that's converted to a community church.
Okay, so what is lot 4 gonna be?
Lot 3, 4, and 5 converted to storage units.
Oh, okay, so all of that's gonna be in storage building, okay, all right, I got you now. And then lot 2 is where the church is.
Yeah.
At lot 2, that's gonna be a separate parcel of property. Who will own that? Will the church own that, or will you be leasing it to them?
I'm leasing it.
You have a church that's willing, ready to move in?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there?
They already started.
They've got air conditioning and there's
What church is
must have been 25 cars in the parking lot. Sunday school.
Not that by the mayor, did it?
What church is it?
They don't have a sign out, I don't know.
You know the denomination of the church?
I don't know. They're in the process of, they're working with the city to put the signage and all.
Do we need to amend the motion to include that lot number 1 being, to come back to us for, to have it, replatted?
I would like to say too, not knowing what this property is gonna be platted for, I spoke to several people that live in Fair Park subdivision, which is the part that is on the back side of the property on Quincy Street. And then I spoke to folks that live on the Newton side of the property as well. Since it is a residential neighborhood, they are not in favor of commercial because they would like, it's always been school and residential neighborhood. I do think that with it being a storage facility and a church, that would be more palatable. One thing that everyone said that they would like to see, because we do not have the opportunity for this in West Orange, and that is a place for new homes to be built, because we are pretty much landlocked. But if they're going to be built for the purpose of being rental property as opposed to owner occupied property, then that kind of defeats the purpose. It's not encouraging people to come, new families to come here and stay here and build lives here. If it's a temporary, I'm gonna stay for a year or two and then move on down the road. So I don't know that the neighborhood is gonna be very receptive to that.
Let me correct that. I think my plan is to sell it, but I don't know that, based on my architect's design, how many, single family property I can accommodate on that 3-acre property and work out the math. So probably I'm also going to sell that into the family home, but if it is not feasible, then only the option go for you.
Then you would still have to come back to the council.
That's what I'm thinking would be,
Or
the motion to come back.
any changes made to the lot, that lot more.
And so,
Yeah, with that being almost,
and it would not be could I'm sorry to interrupt, Jason. Could the motion be amended then so that that if we grant it, that it's not transferable to someone else, they would have to come back so we would know what that plan was?
Yes, you can amend your motion. Okay. You want to amend your motion?
I believe the only reason I ask is if it turns out to where it's, it's turned into low-income apartments or something like that, then that defeats the purpose of, there's 300 families that live out there, they're not gonna be pleased if.
You don't have any intention of selling that property.
Yes, he just mentioned.
Yeah.
Selling the property, that lot 1,
That's the law, it's such.
3-acre,
Are
3.5
you thinking
acre.
about selling lot 1, even if it's divided, or you gonna sell that property?
I don't have any plans right now.
I didn't think you did.
I don't have any plans to bring like low-income apartment kind of things to that one. Because this is the heart of the city, so I also want to make, it's good.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that, we all appreciate that, but even if it turns into, if they're all rental properties, and, it can turn into the same situation, they're beautiful the first year, and then they are a train wreck, and then nobody wants to live there. And it's not,
But mean, like, right now, I'm not in the position to give a proper answer for that is because I don't know the how, like the architect's plan, how many units I can make it on that 3 acre lot, how I can divide it. So based on that, I can come up with a proper decision. That's why I will say a proper answer for that.
Anything else? All right, well, you wanted to amend your motion?
Okay, I'll amend my motion to, let him replot this property, as on the drawing and add to, approve it, but anything that happens to lot one has to be approved by council before any action is taken.
All right. And you? Resecond. I guess that's all the way Robert rules are supposed to go, but, so we have a motion and a second to accept the drawing for replatting, this property on 800 Newton, 900 Newton Street. And we have a second. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, I'm gonna call for a vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, no.
No.
Two noes? Two noes to not allow the replat. Okay. We got 4 for, so motion carries. You are able to go ahead and replat.
Thank you.
And I do hope, and I heard what you said, and I hope that, you will follow through with all of that, because that school has been a kind of a thorn in the side for all of us. It's just been sitting there for, I don't know how many years, but it's been a long time. My kids went to school there, and they're 50 and 54. So, it would be nice to see it taken care of, put into good use, keep it, aesthetically pleasing, in a nice part of West Orange. And if you do something with the back half of it, some garden homes, you can put one street in there with garden homes all the way around it, off of Quincy, maybe, which would be a nice thing to see, because, most of the garden home areas are really, nice homes.
And it's higher density.
And higher density, well kept, that kind of thing. All right, we're gonna, congratulations, and we're gonna move on.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, discussion and possible action on recommendation from LED LLC for contractor for PD and SD, that's police department and fire department generator project.
I'll make a motion that we approve LEAD LLC for contractor for the police department and fire department generators project.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? You have the information here.
The motion will be for which,
That's for contractor only.
first contract.
Just a contract.
No, it says contractor only.
It's just A&A would be the contract.
So we need to change it to LEAD LLC for the engineering, just like them.
No, so they're already they're recommending the contractor. We didn't know who the contractor was.
Oh, okay, so we
When
did, okay.
Teresa posted.
That is,
A&A Electrical.
Oh, that's right.
Ignore that motion.
All right.
I'll make a motion that we approve A&A Electric Company on recommendation of LEAD LLC for contractor for police department and fire department generators project.
All right, we got a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion?
What do we do with the first motion and second? It just.
Well, know that we got through with the motion.
We got a motion and a second.
Yeah, you were, you're too fast on the draw for that second. Yeah, I don't think Laney got quite through figuring out how she wanted to say it, and then there was questions about it. So now you have a a motion and a second. And we're ready to, is there any other discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. Motion carries. All right. Here we are on item number 3, discussion and possible action on condition of parks in West Orange. I believe we have some interested citizens here. Would y'all like to say anything, address the council about the, park?
The only thing I have to say about the park is the one on Lansing and towards the, farm. My kids enjoy the one over there. There's a lot of stuff over there for them to play on. The metal pieces on the slides and stuff like that, there's rust and broken pieces that stick out and will catch little hands, little feet. And wouldn't take a whole lot to maybe get some of that knocked down and cleaned up a little bit, repainted, and possibly keep this heading away. We, live right across the street from us, so they see it every day and they wanna go over there. So we was just hoping we could get something done with that.
Yes, sir. We are, John, would you like to tell us where we're at with all that?
Well, you know, my suggestion to you almost a year ago was that we remove that equipment. It does not meet the standards for playground equipment. It is very dangerous. I don't see that repairing it is going to solve all of the problems. And we chose not to do it at the time. I chose not to. And, I think we're at the point now, we're gonna have to remove that equipment.
We are also, currently looking at what it would cost to revamp both parks. This one here and Jean Caffey Park, back across the street from y'all. Got some big plans for it, and, hopefully it'll turn out to be a better place for your kids to go play. In the meantime, we'll start taking down the equipment that is not safe, not serviceable. If it's serviceable, we'll do what repairs we can to it, but,
Is there any intention to replace the playground equipment that's being removed, or is it strictly just being removed?
As of right now, it's being removed.
Okay. I'm just curious, because I'm a big love of the playground equipment, but they're having with a pile of rocks too, so.
Could you put a lot of rocks in there?
We got rocks over there.
So we'll work on that. We appreciate y'all's concern. Thank you for coming. Is there any questions from the council?
Well, can we get a committee together and possibly invite some of our industry leaders to a meeting to see if they would be able to help us with repairing our park?
Sure.
I would be on the committee. Does anybody else want to be on the
Anybody
committee?
Laney, Jay, anybody else want to be on the committee? Laney and Jay, y'all headed up, get some citizens to volunteer with you to be on the committee.
There's 2 right there.
Just got volunteered.
Unfortunately, you weren't on board, so it's kind of not everything, but I'm all for it.
Great.
Mr. Wilson, you're on the committee too.
All right, so is there any other discussion? We recognize that our parks are in need of repair and stuff, and, it's just, like I mentioned to y'all a while ago, it's so expensive. You start talking about putting in something like we have now, and you're, probably up in the hundreds of thousands of dollars to get it replaced easily, so, but we have some options to be able to go out in local industry, see if we can get some donations from them and that kind of thing, and we'll work on that. I'm not gonna promise you it's gonna happen overnight, because that's one of the first things I wanted to do when I got into the mayor job, was revamp our parks, and it's just coming up with the, funds to be able to go do it.
I would knock on CP Cam's door and see if they got anything.
They're high on the list.
But we just finished our budget for the year, for the 2026 fiscal year. And, every department within the city had to cut their budget because both it's not having the tax revenue. I think, Dow got some of their property devalued, and from them, our payment now, I think I was told, if I remember right, $50,000 a year less tax revenue. That's a big chunk of money. So, not saying that we're scrimping back, but we're being physically, sound in what we're trying to do and keep doing.
We have to be fiscally responsible for, taxpayers' money. And it's just, everything keeps going up. Nothing ever goes down. It just always goes up. And I know everybody's working. All right, well, is there any other discussion? We got a committee put together.
I'd like one more if anybody would want to raise their hand.
We can get people from the, community.
Yeah, I think get volunteers from the community to sit on that with you. I trust you guys to be able to manage that.
We got people in mind.
All right, so is there any other discussion? All right, hearing none, I'm gonna, move on to announcements. Next council meeting is Monday, November the 10th, 2025 at 5 p.m. And registrations are being accepted for Holiday in the Park. Festival date is Saturday, November the 1st, 2025. We don't have an executive session. We're gonna go skip down to H, return to open session, discussion, whatever. The next item on the agenda is to adjourn. We're adjourned.